Hey guys, today we're going to talk about something that I've found to be very, very important in the current tech world, and that is putting a spa within Django. Once you go through and you learn Django, you learn how to use Django as a server and also serve the HTML and have all that. You do all your logic and your views, and then you output in HTML. Well, nowadays, a lot of people are using JavaScript frameworks and libraries on the front end, and a lot of that responsibility goes out of the hands of Django once you do that. And I'm going to show you guys today kind of how it works with Django, the responsibilities of Django versus the responsibilities of the spa. I've even created a GitHub repo to kind of demonstrate this. You can see this at aws.com/Django spa. And we're going to go ahead and do this. I'm actually not going to be coding today. I'm just going to pull and we're going to talk about the code as I know we all love to do, right? Okay, so let's go ahead. Here it is right here. So I'm going to go through this. I'm going to go through these instructions right here. First I'm going to, I should probably need to turn off the server here. Maybe not. Okay, I think we're all good. Okay, so first I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new project, right? Let's go into my sites Django folder. Okay, here I'm going to create a new project. We'll call this React Spa. And we're going to go into there. Activate that and pip install Django. Actually, no, I need to do this because I have my Django in the requirements. So I got this here, and then I'm going to go into my cd Django spa. Okay, and I'm going to install the requirements here. I think it's just Django. At least as far as I remember. Okay, so now we have Django install, migrate, and we're going to serve it. Alright, so now we have this here. This template is where your output of your spa will be, right? So now we get to talk about what this is right here. Let's go ahead and open up the code. Oh, did it know what I was going to do? All right. So this is a blank. This is a blank. Excuse me. A blank project that can host a Django spa. I consider this to be a blank project that you can put in whichever spa you want. You can put in a React spa, you can put in an Angular spa, you can put in an Ember spa. Whatever the new thing is, whatever you want to try out that makes a spa, you will be able to do that with this project, right? So all I'm doing here is, so this should all be deleted, but whatever. All I did here, I'm just adding in one URL that hosts a page called index.html, right? And then here I have index.html. So the job of Django, actually let me see what I have in my settings. That doesn't want to open for some reason. So the job of Django with the spa is hosting an HTML page, or like usually index.html, CSS file or files, usually just one file, and one or multiple JavaScript files, right? And the job of the spa is to create those three files, or multiple, but those three types of files, right? So the spa is going to create your HTML page, the spa is going to create your JavaScript file, and the spa is going to create your CSS file, right? This is very important to understand because for me, a lot of confusion came in tutorials because they kind of combine all the Django stuff with the JavaScript build tool. And so I was kind of confused on like what was actually going on, and we're gonna go ahead and explain that a little bit more. But that's the first thing to understand is Django's role in the spot, and that is to host the HTML page, CSS, and JavaScript. Okay, so let's go ahead and look back here. So I have a branch called React, and we can take a look at this and see what changes. Now we'll also have more branches in the future. React is just the first one that I have done. So here, if we do here git checkout React, and then we do npm install, that'll take a little bit, I think. So let's take a look at what changed. So you'll see some new files here at the project level: Babel, RC, Webpack, and package.json, right? These are all files related to, they're all related to the JavaScript build tool, right? This was following a tutorial from Scotch.io about React Router. So go ahead and search that if you want to follow along with what we're actually doing here. They do a good job of explaining the details about what these are too, but I'm just going to go kind of an overview. Babel is used for converting the future JavaScript into what browsers can understand now, such as from ES6 or 2015 down to ES5, the normal JavaScript that all browsers support right now. Package.json is going to install all of your JavaScript dependencies that you need, as well as give you a few of these scripts that will run here in a second. And then webpack.config is going to say, hey, where are we building to and where are we building from, right? So this app is app.source, and it's going to place it in app.public, right? So let's go ahead and look here. So in this source, this is where we will be making all of our, this is where we will make all of our files, right? And Webpack is going to pick up the changes there and recompile into this public. It's going to make a style.css, a bundle.js, and an index.html, right? And what do we do with those files? Well, Django has to load those files and host them, right? So let's close these. Okay, so now if we do npm run watch, it's going to run this webpack d watch. So now it's going to catch my changes, right? So now, hopefully this works. I actually have not tested this in a while, so hopefully it works. Just put a few exclamation marks here and see if anything changes. Now it's not going to auto reload, so you have to reload. So it reloaded the page, and you can see Webpack. What Webpack did was it saw this change. It saw this change, and then it recompiled the bundle.js. So that is the job of the JS build tool. There's so many JS build tools out there that you can find. So you can find hundreds of tutorials on that. So find whichever one you want, and you can try and put it into the base template, the base branch, the master branch of what I have, or you can try doing it on your own. But always remember that Django is going to have to realize where these are, right? So you're going to have to make changes to your. Why isn't this? You're going to have to make changes to where Django is looking for templates, as well as where Django is looking for static files, right? Once these are created, we know where they are. Then we can go into our settings. And here I have static files dir, where I'm saying, hey, Django, host these static files that are in app public. So it's hosting these static files in here, right? And then also here in the templates, I added this app public to the dirs so that it knows where to find the HTML template, which is this index.html, right? So that is how Django hosts spas, and as I said, there's so many ways to do it. I just showed one way of with just React, as well as just one React tutorial using React Router. So yeah, go ahead and play around with that. If you probably run into problems, go ahead and try and get through that. If you really get stuck on something, don't feel afraid to put a comment down. It might be a little hard for me to help troubleshoot things because sometimes they can get a little complicated, and but I'll take a look at it and see if I can help. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode on Django spas. Until next time, happy Djangoing.